This video is about registering your poems with the SecretaryBird application. So we're here at the main menu. The thing to remember is you register versions. So you navigate to the versions submenu, click on register, and you're presented with this green screen. Select and register poem versions. And you'll see along the top here there are several options. This is the button you use to select the poems that you're going to register. So let's do that first of all. And you'll see up pops a window on your directories. Now my poems are located in my poetry subdirectory, which I'm going to get it to navigate to in a moment. Here we are. See, I've got lots of poems down here, so I'm going to select some. Let's sort them by name first of all, be a bit more regimented, and we'll select a few called B space. Do a shift select on the second one, you'll see, and those. Now I can make multiple selections. Fortunately, it doesn't remember where you selected from, which is not so good, but we get there. Let's select some more. Here you'll see I've got a lot of versions of a poem called A Sounding. Like those. And there they go. We'll make one more selection. You'll notice that most of the poems that I've selected, or if not all of them, came from this poetry subdirectory, but I can select from other directories all in one go, like this. Let's have a look. Let's see. Select a whole load. Like this. Do a shift click on the second one and it selects all of them in between. So let's open that. And you'll see now that I've got them all in this window here. Now, this second option here, I'm asking it to compare the poem titles with their file names. So what the application is going to do is to open each of these files in turn, inspect the title and compare it with the file name. And using this option here, the application will let me decide, because I've clicked it, this user decision button. If I wanted the title to be the default, I would click this one, or if I wanted the file name to be this, I'd click this one, but I'm going to let the application is going to let me decide. This is an option here to only register poems since the last registration, which is very useful when you can't quite remember what you've done. So you can go to all the poems, click all of them, and safely know that the only ones that will be registered are those since the last application. And this is an opportunity to pre-specify the form class and subclass. So if you have organized your poems, for example, you have all your sonnets in one subdirectory, you can load the subdirectory up and set this to sonnets and know that they'll all be registered as sonnets. Unfortunately, I don't know what all of these are, and they certainly aren't all of the same type or class or subclass, so I'm going to leave that blank, which means they'll all be put in with non-specified, and then I'll have to go through and reset all those for each individual poem. Anyway, now we've got some 31 poems, I think. Well, let's submit them. And you see here's the first one. We've got a conflict. The poem's file name is Meditating on Meditating, and the title is something else. So I'm going to stick to the file name. So I just simply type 1. And we've got another one here that's slightly different. Oh, it's a capital C for California. So I'm going to use the title this time, so I put 2 in. And this one I'm going to use 2 again. 1, 2. So you just go through putting in your selection. This one, what I'm going to do is to put my own title in, which is just going to be mowing. Okay. Since the other one is my window, I'm going to set this one to my window because I know it's a same poem. In this way you can ensure that all your poems versions are registered with the same name by judicious selection of title, file name, or if you want to override both. Well, we've done 51 files, which is quite quick. 33 new poems, 50 versions, and 1 was ignored, which is something it also does if it can't find a readable document. It usually means you've inadvertently included another file type like an image or a video or something. Okay, we're done. Let's check they're all there by going to the poems, and we look at all, and you'll see we now have some. That indicates there are more than 40 poems, so let's go right to the end and see the last one. A B space, which we got. Just took through. Most days I think I'm taking the grandchildren home, recognise that one. Taking a sounding. So these are all the latest versions of the poems that we loaded, and if we want to see all the versions, we can go to the versions, and it's the latest versions. This is all the versions. So you'll see we have some, go to the end, 137 versions.